Today I'm going to give you an overview of 4 things you can do with Tulle to help you plan the wedding of your dreams while staying in your budget. The first thing to highlight is our cost research capability. This helps you understand what a wedding should cost in your area, as well as how that should break down. So let's just say I'm planning a wedding in California. I'm going to have 100 people at my wedding, and I'm not going to do peak season. You can get an instant estimate of what the average couple spends for a wedding that looks just like that, what a more luxury wedding is, as well as the minimum amount you can expect to spend for that many guests. Now, a question we hear often is, okay, how should that actually break down? Let's say I decided on a $55,000 wedding. What percent should go to each vendor, and how do I know if I'm on track? Simply scroll down and enter in whatever budget you decided on and get a breakdown into how that should be divided based on industry standards. The second thing you can do with Tulle is you can easily compare vendors and get into the details of your quotes. Typically, you're going to look at a few vendors for a category to try to decide which vendor gives you the best value for your money. Tulle helps you do just that. What you can do is navigate over to whichever vendor you're looking at, and any vendors you've selected are going to show up in this little graph where you can easily add additional quotes. I'm going to add in Villa Flora. I know they quoted me roughly $30,000 for this venue, so I'll enter that here. When I add my quote, it's going to be added to this graph here. Another cool thing is that you can get into the details of your quotes to better understand how they actually break down. Hit Edit Details, and it will put in whatever your total amount was, so then you can add line item details. One of the nice things about Tulle is you don't actually need to do any formulas. The tool will automatically calculate those for you. So let's just say there's a chair upgrade fee. I want the better chairs, and I'm going to have 100 guests. The upgrade is $3 a chair, so it will automatically add that extra expense for me, and then I can see how it's breaking down. If I want to make sure I'm not forgetting tax or gratuity, I can add that here as well. So let's say there's an 8% tax, it will immediately update the total amount to now include that tax. The third thing Tulle does is we allow you to understand how vendors stack up to your budget and project what you're on track to spend. One of the more frustrating things about wedding planning is often feeling like you are making decisions in a vacuum. It's really hard to understand how different decisions that you're making are going to impact that total final amount. Here, you'll see how different vendors you've added are currently stacking up. One of the most helpful features is our projection capability. You can project what you are on track to spend from as few as a single quote. So let's say I haven't booked my entertainment yet. Maybe I haven't booked my stationery, decor, etc. And I want to understand if I keep picking choices in line with what I've been spending now, am I on track for my budget? All you have to do is hit this button here, and it will tell you, okay, you're likely to be a little over budget. Worst case, with how you're spending, you'd be $20K over. Low end, if you started to cut back on your choices, you'd be under budget here. So you can see in real time how those different decisions will impact your budget and make the decisions that are right for you without the surprises at the end. The fourth thing I wanted to highlight is how Tulle helps you track all of your booked vendors and payments. When you're breaking up payments and not paying for everything up front, it can be hard to keep track of what you still owe. That's where Tulle's payment dashboard is really helpful. You can once again see how your total wedding is breaking down, as well as how much you booked, how much you have paid, and what is still remaining. Simply select who you have booked, and it will show up here, and all you have to do is enter how much you've paid, and it will give you a live update of what you still owe. These are just a few of the ways Tulle can help you plan the wedding of your dreams while staying in budget. Happy planning!